cell membrane controls what goes into and out of the cell. The selectively permeable membrane is made of phospholipids, the hydrophilic phosphate head being in contact with the outside surroundings, while the two hydrophobic fatty acid tails facing inward.
In the membrane, different proteins that determine specific functions are embedded in the fluid matrix of the lipids. Peripheral proteins are loosely bound to the surface of the membrane. Integral proteins penetrate the lipid bilayer. This is also known as a transmembrane protein. Proteins in the membrane have receptors for specific molecules.
Diffusion is when molecules move from high to low concentration. Passive transport is diffusion that doesn't require any energy use. Substances diffuse on their own concentration gradient. Dynamic equilibrium is when there is equal movement of substances. In facilitated diffusion, globular proteins act as doors. The channels move specific molecules through the membrane. Active transport is the movement of solutes against the concentration gradient. This requires the use of ATP as energy.
Sodium-potassium pump. The nerve cell establishes an electrochemical gradient across the membrane. There's a high concentration of sodium outside the cell and a low concentration of potassium inside the cell. When a nerve cell fires, channels open and ions cross. The sodium-potassium pump then moves the ions back to the starting point. It reestablishes the gradient, making it ready for the next signal.
Gated channels. Some channel proteins only open in the presence of a stimulus. Two examples are ion-gated and voltage-gated channels.
To move large molecules in and out of the cell, vesicles and vacuoles are used. Endocytosis is when the cell takes in stuff. There are three types: phagocytosis, cellular eating; pinocytosis, cellular drinking; and receptor-mediated endocytosis. Phagocytosis fuses with lysosomes for digestion. Pinocytosis is a non-specific process. Receptor-mediated endocytosis is triggered by a ligand. Exocytosis is when stuff leaves the cell.
Osmosis is the movement of water from a high concentration to a low one across a membrane. The concentration of solute determines osmosis. An isotonic solution is when there is equal water and solute concentration. A hypotonic solution has a small amount of solute, and a hypertonic solution has a large concentration of solute. Cell survival depends on regulating the intake and loss of water.
Cystic fibrosis is caused by the mutation of the cystic fibrosis transmembrane regulator, which is a plasma membrane protein. This is when the tertiary structure has a mutation. The cystic fibrosis transmembrane regulator can't reach the plasma membrane. This causes the accumulation of chlorine and sodium ions. So the secretions stay inside the cell because of the high sodium concentration in the cell. Mucus is then produced outside of the cell, which can clog the airways in the lungs and cause pneumonia.
Active transport is the movement of solutes. Active transport is the... I get it. I'm a better person than this.
No, you're not.
Okay, I was so in the zone. Sorry. Okay. I was
You can never be an actor.
Can I use this line later? Active transport is the Active transport is the movement of solutes.
You just cut her off.
What's happening to me? Active transport is the movement of harder. Okay. Active transport is the movement of solutes against the concentration gradient. This requires the use of
The nerve cell establishes an
Honestly, you mess up once and it's freaking you're screwed.
Okay, let's start. The sodium path.
Some channel proteins only up.
I'm sorry, you just look so like inviting, like you're gonna make me mess up on
I thought Emma like passed out.
Like I had narcolepsy. I was trying so hard. I felt shot. He was a champ. He kept going till the end. He just fell asleep, and I was like, bro, I feel you. A hypotonic solution has a small amount of solute, and a
hypotonic. And you're like a hypertonic.
yeah.
Cystic fibrosis is fibrosis. What did I?
You just made up a whole new
Fibrosis in the lungs and cause pneumonia.